Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with this. The software's gone all wonky again, so hopefully we're live. But welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. My name's Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be going briefly over the markets, what's going on in the markets just now, what's going on with Bitcoin. Looking at the global recession, it looks as if more and more news is coming out that's it's not good news for the global economy, to be honest, which is not good news for us. Obviously, it affects millions of people around the world, jobs, house prices, just everything. It just really affects everything. Dollar value is looks as if it's going to go down as well. Just not good news at all. But all that could lead to Bitcoin going up as more and more people try to hedge their money and go into gold, silver, Bitcoin, and the likes as well. So on one hand, it could go well for us if we're holding Bitcoin. On the other hand, it's not good on a macro level as well. So we'll see what's going to happen, how this plays out over the next year or two, but it's not looking good at the moment, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just going to see if we're live or not, just make sure everything is up and running. We've got a few people in, fortunately. Okay, there we go. We are live, got a couple of people in just now. Not many, to be honest, so we'll just jump over. We have Kim O'Brien is in the house, one of our brown here. Kim, Revolutionist is in, Gordy Boy is in, G Slick, Adeb Vin, one of our brown admins as well. Thanks for news stories. I know you're still posting them, even though I'm not doing the news videos just now. But thanks for posting them. Got a couple of news stories as well. Mervyn Skidmore is in, Revolutionist, saying that Cardano has been added to NASDAQ as of August 16th. Excellent. James is in the house. Martin Gakir is in, buying €100 per month of Bitcoin. Excellent. I'm doing that with £100 per month as well from my business account and putting it into a SIP account, which means I'll get £25 back from the UK government when I do that. So I'm putting as much in as possible. Brundle25 is in the house. Jason Claydon is in. Chris from Edinburgh is in. Mitch Dieter, Marcus Jafari, Mac Pollen is in. Good to see you here as well. As ever, crush the likes as I have a wee sip of my coffee. So thanks for joining me for a wee coffee and talking crypto as well. So we're just going to have a look at the markets overall to start with. What's going on? Bitcoin is up slightly. I said it would go up yesterday, but is still in that danger zone at the moment. So overall market capitalization is $267 billion. Bitcoin dominance 68.5%, although reports out a couple of days ago and yesterday as well, that the real value is probably about 90% dominance, round about the 88%, 90% dominance, because of the altcoins that have not really been traded. So they think it's about 90% dominance. So I could go for that. Actually, I could believe that, but not with the likes of Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, and Binance Coin and stuff like that as well. I can't see it being quite as high as 90%, but certainly higher than 68.5%. Okay, who's the winners and losers? We have Archain. It's only up 213%, not that much at all. But yeah, Archain is up 213% on 75,000 volume. So not that much volume, but it is up 213%. Ethereum Classic is up. We've got Icon, Beam, Engine Coin, Stratus, Golem, Solve, Project Pi is up as well, all in double-digit green. So it's looking good at the moment. In the red, we've only got about 10% in the red. Lambda down 2.91, nothing to speak home about. Ravane, Leo, Riff, Nexo, Bitcoin Diamond, and nothing much else. Others are stable coins, ABBC as well. So not that much at all. Bitcoin, Satoshi value changes it a wee bit, not that much, about 20% in the red and Satoshi. So a lot more down in the red, but just by a small percentage. Okay, we'll go to all the cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap as well. We have 2,475 now listed cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap, and we'll just see who over the last 24 hours is doing well. Strong Hands. Strong Hands is up 419% on 12,000 volume. So not that much. Archain, we've just seen that there. TTC is up 83% on 14 million volume. That's a bit different. So it's up 83%. We have Amelia is up 69% at 64,000 volume. Transcodium, market cap of 191,000, is up 56% on volume of 112,000. Datum is up as well, 55%, which is 2.7 million market cap. And we're always looking for hidden gems here as well. So we're always researching to look for those kind of hidden gems. We've found some good ones in the past. Phantom was always a good one that we kind of looked at. We spoke about loads of times in the past, and that's doing extremely well just now as well. And speaking of research, the guys, Symmetry Research, I kind of did a video yesterday. Symmetry Research as well have released this now as well, and I think it's okay to show you this. But this is for kind of coins on the move and what they think is going to be long-term plays, and what the price is going to be long-term for certain various cryptos as well. So they've released this as well. This is part of their research that they do. So they release huge amounts of reports, monthly reports, and kind of reports on some of the major coins that are going to survive the altcoin purge. And this is brilliant. I love this, and Symmetry Research do a lot of amazing work, and this is another thing that they're producing. So have a wee quick look. Stellar, they think, is going to go up, potential gain of about 398%. Potential gain for IOST is about 317%. 439% for Quark Chain. I was looking at Quark Chain yesterday, and I've seen this as well, and it kind of confirmed what I was looking at as well. Ethereum could go up to $510. So this is long term. They've got short term plays as well. Obviously I can't show you them, but long term. And this is part of the research and Research Pro that you get as well. And if you sign up with my link, there's a link down below to sign up for Symmetry. I love it. I've been using it for ages before they even became Symmetry Pro. There was Dare kind of reports that they had out on Crypto Briefing. I love Crypto Briefing as well, and I kind of said that in a video yesterday. So if you want to sign up, I will get a small commission. If you do sign up with it, I will get a small commission for it. Not much, but I'm kind of supporting this because I do love the research that they do, and I think in crypto, research is key to becoming successful in crypto as well. So that is Symmetry Research. There's a link down below for that as well. Okay, we're going to go to Crypto Bubbles. And obviously you can see this big green bubble here. And for our chain, up 214% over the last 24 hours. But if you look at overall, is there any red? There's a couple of red. Lambda over the 24 hours in the red. Who's that? Rift token in the red as well, just ever so slightly. There's a couple of other smaller ones. So over 24 hours looks fantastic. So a lot of the alts have gone up over the last 24 hours. Over the last hour, how's it looking? It's still green, mostly in the green, say 80% in green. So still looking well. So that gives us a snapshot. This is just a snapshot of the kind of cryptocurrencies out there, but it does give us an indication of where we're kind of headed just now. So we're still in the green, still looking good, and on Binance we're looking good as well. Take a look at Binance later on. We'll look at the Bitcoin charts first, but we'll take, oh, what's happened there? It looks as if there's a few going to be listed on Binance. That was a bit weird. So we'll take a look at that later on. I'll just jump over back to the chat, see if anybody else is in. Honest Crypto Journey is in. Hope that's not a Brad Sherman shirt, Steve. Mervyn Skidmore. Right, we will look at the Bitcoin chart. First of all, look at the 4 hourly. We can see this symmetrical triangle here that we've been speaking about over the last couple of weeks. Still just in play just now. So Bitcoin is $10,211 just now. However, despite it going up back into 10,200 area, the altcoins are still going up as well, which is good. Which is good to see. We don't often see that happening, but it's because it's not spiking up. It's just a slow, steady move up. It could be going sideways for the next couple of weeks. It might go sideways, but we're still within this symmetrical triangle. And if it breaks that for any length of time, it looks as if we could go down. So, but as long as we stay in this triangle, we're good. we're good there as well. So it's still looking okay for Bitcoin, but still on a knife edge, still a bit precarious as well. So the kind of main story here that we're kind of looking at was just a global recession. What's going to happen when there is, because it's clear that there is going to be a recession. We could be in the throes and the start of a recession just now, with the dollar kind of going down just now, the value of the dollar, kind of Russia dropping the dollar in favour of the kind of euro as well, talking about the petrodollar, the yuan with Tether, kind of they're pissing people off right, left and centre, obviously in the USA, and they're just going to China and doing a yuan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Chinese yuan, and they're going to do a stable coin, so it's going to be backed by that. So there's loads of things going on that say, okay, the value of the dollar is going down big time. Obviously, Trump has came out as well. There's a news story out about kind of Trump talking about the recession as well, the upcoming recession. So it's clearly not a good time around the world just now. Kind of Eurozone is just kind of effed up just now, with kind of Britain going to be leaving the EU soon. God knows what's going to happen there. Kind of with us, other countries will probably leave as well, I would imagine. It's just in disarray at the moment. The petrodollar kind of going to, it's just unbelievable everything that's going on just now. And then there's another bigger story that's coming out from CNBC. Surging corporate debt with negative yields pose risk unlike anything investors have ever seen. And this is talking about corporate debt. So government bonds aren't the only instruments producing negative yields these days, with corporate debt recently passing the 1 trillion mark and a continuing sign of global financial displacement. Investors these days are facing huge amounts of fixed income instruments that carry no yield. So when we talk about carrying no yield, basically what we're doing, a lot of people go into government bonds in times of crisis, where they start to go into bonds. And these bonds are 5-year bonds, 10-year bonds from the government, 15-year bonds, 20-year bonds, etc. And they usually say, okay, we'll give you a 5%. Usually it might be a 5% yield that you're going to get on that if you kind of invest in these government bonds. But a lot of the government bonds now are negative yield, kind of is producing negative yields. So instead of giving you 5%, it's going to give you minus 0.11. So it's going to go down. So obviously people are going to pull out of the government bonds, so it doesn't help the governments. They're going to pull out that, looking for alternative investments. But it's the same with corporate debt as well. A lot of people buy kind of corporate debt, and that is now producing negative yields as well, up to the $1 trillion mark just now. It looks like it's going to go higher. If you look at this just now, the sharp increase here from the beginning of the year to here. So it's doubled. Is it doubled? It's more than doubled. In fact, it's went up 500%. So total negative yield in corporate bonds outstanding. So corporate bond doesn't look good, and that's not good for the whole economy itself. If they collapse, then there's just the domino effect is going to be massive. Same with government bonds. Domino effect is there. I think that's up to 15 trillion just now. Yeah, it's in excess of 15 trillion. Various estimates of sovereign debt in that category put it in excess of 15 trillion, a number that's been escalating over the past several years, while central banks drive interest rates to zero and below. So it doesn't look good for the global economy. There's just so many things going on just now around the world. Venezuela, Argentina, just loads of different things happening around the world just now, and it doesn't look good. But it's a slow process. So recession is probably it is a slow process, but the last kind of big recession we were in was 2008. That was man-made, and this is all man-made anyway, to be honest. And it's government-led, and it's kind of bankers-led as well. This is why we need cryptocurrency. So we've not got these idiots in charge, but it usually goes in cycles. 2008 was the last one. 11 years. We're on for 11 years, and we're just starting. Probably we're just seeing the beginnings of a recession just now as well. But a lot of people will be butting their heads, saying, no, it's not a recession, until something comes out that says, yeah, we are in a recession. But Trump has come out and said, we're in a recession, we're going into a recession, and we'll have to try and take steps and measures to stop that. But what people are going to go into, they're going to look, instead of going into government bonds, which is traditional, obviously they're going to go into gold, silver, and now it could be that they go into Bitcoin as well, which will drive up the price of Bitcoin. It's just inevitable that that's going to happen. So I'm glad that I'm in the cryptocurrency space. With regards to property, is it safe to be in property just now as well? I wouldn't like to be a property investor just now, although still thinking about it. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Traditionally, 2008 obviously was a peak of the property boom as well, and then everything after that kind of went downhill. Property. So the last recession caused property prices to kind of plummet. Same might happen again, or it could go the other way about, if people start putting their money into property, because government bonds and everything else is not yielding positive results for them. So there's a lot of scenarios that could play out, a lot of kind of things going on in the world. It's not all doom and gloom, obviously, but there's always opportunities in both states as well. So in a recession, there's always opportunities. When we're out of recession, there's always opportunities as well. And the opportunity here could be cryptocurrencies. That's what I'm thinking. This is where the opportunity for in the recession could come from cryptocurrencies. Just my thoughts on it. I've been talking about this for over a year just now. So we'll see what happens with this. It's going to be a long time before it kind of plays out. A long time before we see the results of what's going on around the world just now. But make no mistake, a lot of things are going on, and this is the things we're just seeing. There's a lot of unseen things going on as well around the world. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of people are saying, okay, well, if we get into kind of Bitcoin and the dollar value goes down, then it's not really going to mean anything. It does, it will mean something. The dollar value, you're still going to get for $1, you're still going to get the same, a loaf of bread for $1. It's still going to be the same that way. There's not going to be kind of hyperinflation or anything like that. But if Bitcoin does go up to $100,000, 10 times your dollar value. So that's how it can play out for us if we're into kind of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. So good to hear your thoughts on that as well. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know your thoughts on it down below as well in the comments. In Revolutionist, Ethereum is almost full, which is causing transaction fees to rise. Says Vitalik, in my opinion, Ethereum is in trouble long term due to scaling transaction problems. I don't think so. I think they're going to come out. There's always solutions to this, with the kind of bigger solution for this as well, to scale up and with the transaction speed as well. I don't think that's going to be an issue. We just haven't found. Same with Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin Lightning, for example, there's going to be something else that comes out as well. It just means you're going to be able to pay in Bitcoin within a year's time. You're going to be able to pay in Bitcoin, and the transaction goes through immediately, and it'll go onto the blockchain immediately. You won't have these waiting times as well. That will come as well. We just don't know how. There's no doubt about that. Barbara Taylor, good morning from Florida. Good to see you, Barbara. Dr. Fergie is in. If there's going to be a recession, then get ready for the Great War. Yeah, we kind of spoke about this a couple of weeks ago as well, talking about the war, how it unites countries. Obviously, that's not what we want, but it does unite countries, and it unites people within the countries as well. Crypto Don Juan is in the house. Good morning to you. Good to see you, DJ. Evan Skidmore. Morning, Babs Island time. Gordy Boy, if you're a subscriber, Wise has released a document saying they think Bitcoin is prehistoric compared to two other cryptocurrencies. The first is, wait for it, Phantom, our very own Cardano. So that's Wise has done that. So Phantom, somebody was talking about that this morning in the kind of main group, I think, in the free group. And Phantom has got a brilliant future. I think Phantom is going to be huge. I was kind of looking at it this morning as well, just to see FTM. Yeah, it's only 27 million market cap. So it could go up 100x, and it's only 2.7 billion. It does sound a lot, but if you compare that to Bitcoin, where it's going to be in kind of a year's time or something, and the likes of XRP and Cardano as well. So I think so it's definitely going to survive the altcoin pod, there's no doubt about that. I think Phantom's going to be a big one as well. Altcoin holder, possibly hyperinflation coming. I don't think so. I don't see hyperinflation coming. That's what I was kind of saying earlier on. I don't think that hyperinflation will come. Tony P, morning guys. Sorry late for class today. No problem at all. Tony P, good to see you here. Crypto Dread. So I just came in. Do we still need to get our coins off of Binance if we're in the US before September the 1st? Not before September the 1st. I think it was September the 12th, but I think they've actually changed that. But I'll check it out just to make sure. I don't think they've come out with a definitive answer yet. They've changed the kind of rules and that as well. So they're unbanning them until Binance.us, I believe. So I'll check out just to make sure. There's no definitive answer, as I said. What else are we going to look at? Yeah, that's Trump's erratic outbursts show his fear that recession could sink his re-election campaign, blah blah. Know about that? And this was some kind of news stories that was out as well. Yeah, Ripple, a couple of good news stories about Ripple. But as ever, when you get news stories out about Ripple and XRP, it doesn't really make a difference on the price. I don't know why. All this amazing news, this is why it kind of leads me to believe Ripple's or XRP, the price of XRP, is going to explode in the future. You can't have all this good news bubbling under the surface and it not doing anything to the price. It is going to come. So it just says Ripple XRP ends A rating, leads in 4 major metrics, flipside crypto analysis. So Ripple is a growing force across the global financial landscape, establishing inroads to institutional finance while cultivating products in the cryptosphere. So it's talking about the A rating they got as well. Flipside says Ripple's partnership with MoneyGram helped drive a 7.1% spike in its developer behavior metric, and is looking for Ripple to onboard more institutional clients and further increase the fundamental value of the digital asset XRP. So it's given an A rating for that, and that's Flipside is called. You can check out the full report here. This is on thestreet.com. Let's have a quick look at that as well. So it's just more good news for XRP and Ripple, the company as well. But our hot take. Crypto assets go. Alright, so this is Flipside Analytics. I think there's a subscription for this. There is. So, but it's still good to know that as well. What else? Ripple announced its cheapest method for transnational payments by major DBS bank in Southeast Asia. More good news as well. DBS Bank mentions Ripple as the cheapest option for lowest cost routing. Swift, most expensive. Cross-border ACH cheaper. Ripple cheapest. So again, acknowledgement of the product that Ripple has that uses XRP as well. So still good news out for XRP price going up. So just have a look at some of these. Bitcoin price has gone up, 10,236. We'll look at ETH BTC, what's going on with that. It was kind of crossing over yesterday. It did cross over. So it's crossed over at 1.85 million. It's now up at 1.89 million. So expect that to go higher. XRP BTC crossed over in 4 hourly as well, 2,676. So it's still crossed over at 2,628 and it's crossed over just now. So it looks like a good buy at the moment as well. LTC BTC we'll look at just starting to cross over just now. Over to 726,000. It looks as if it's going to cross over anytime soon. Near its kind of yearly and 2 yearly low for Litecoin BTC pairing. Cardano, where are Cardano just now? Cardano's crossed over as well at 484. Still 484 is still extremely low for Cardano, so this could be a brilliant buying opportunity as well for Cardano. BNB BTC, just looking at Binance Coin, 264,000. I thought that would have gone up as well. EOS BTC crossed over on the 4 hourly, 3,677. Sorry, 36,770. That looks like a buy at the moment as well. So lots of buys coming into play. What else we're looking at? XRP, Bitcoin Cash, don't care about. Tether, EOS, we looked at them. Bitcoin SV, do not care about. Stellar could be a good buy as well. 1.3 billion. Cardano, yep, 1.2 billion. Tron, I'm liking Tron more and more, purely because of Wink. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be. But Justin Sun seems to have calmed down a wee bit, but it was still 1.2 billion, still really high just now. Leo, Dash, keen on Dash, though it's one of the old ones. Dash Symmetry said Dash could go up as well. Ethereum Classic said I've liked all along. Chainlink coming up as well. Tezos, haven't really kind of looked into that big time. IOTA looks good. Neo, still love, but it's purely out of loyalty, because it's one of the first ones I kind of really fell in love with at the very beginning. Okay, let's have a wee look. The UK imports over 60% of the food it consumes. If the system fails completely, then UK could become madness like Purge Island. And the thing is, we've got our own resources to kind of do it ourselves. Yep, a poor hard done by farmers might have to work for a living. The best time to buy property is at the peak of a depression, as properties could lose 90% of the value compared to gold and silver. War does bring in money. Always has done, always will do. G-Slick, Venezuelans can now shop with crypto using PundiX at retailers tracks 49 stores. Yeah, that's the thing with PundiX, I just don't get it, because they're putting themselves out there and bringing people in. What else? Paul Van Gosman, Verge or Seacoin? Don't know. Honestly, don't know Verge or Seacoin. I actually like Seacoin. I traded Seacoin. I had a huge chance at the very beginning. I like Seacoin. I like Verge as well. And I sold it 2 weeks before the madman kind of called it out on Twitter, and it kind of shot to the moon. Should we invest in Brass? Yes, definitely invest in Brass. You can use Digibyte and Traveller now to pay. Yeah, I've seen the news story on that from Traveller.com. Traveller is still a like for the longer term as well. I think it's only 3.6 million at the moment, market capitalisation. What was the other one I was kind of looking at? I thought it could be really good. Phantom was one of them. I can't remember what it was. I was doing some research. I'll just have a look at Binance just now, see what's happening on Binance, see who's kind of up and down. BTT is up 40%. I think it's just gone up a couple of Satoshi. So 24 hours ago it was down at 5 Satoshi, it's now up at 7, so it's not really a 40% kind of move as such, because people are buying a lot of it. Same with a lot of the other ones as well, Dent, same with Win as well. It says it might be up 33%, but it's not, it's just gone up a Satoshi, because 24 hours previous to that it was 3 Satoshi, now it's 4 Satoshi. Same with Dent, 4 and 5. Lowest ever, 4 and 5 Satoshi. And it looks as if it could go down to 3 and 4. I'm looking at the order books. I think people are just dumping now. I think that's what's happening. But they might just want you to dump. OneChain is up 23%. We'll look on the 4 hourly. Like it on the 4 hourly. It's crossed over. Could have had to sign for that at 211. ICX had a brilliant move yesterday as well. So Icon, a lot of people went to Icon as well. That had a brilliant move up yesterday, and there was a quick move as well from 187. It jumped up about 41% when it crossed over. I think more than that actually. Yeah, 41, 42%. Po had a nice move up as well. A Poet. Mithril. So a lot in the green, there's hardly any in the red. There's only, that's coming up for a couple of pages, there's only one page before. How's Win doing? Come back up a wee bit on the number of buys, but 3. PundiX, 4 and 5. It could go down to 3 and 4 as well. It's been at 3 and 4 before, so it could go back down to there as well. So not looking good at the moment. VeChain. I looked at VeChain yesterday. BTC. It crossed over on the 4 hour at 44. So for me, that would be a buy at the minute. I think we said that yesterday as well. It's coming up for a buy. But reasons for the buy, I think long term it's really good. Obviously, they've got the big partnerships there as well. They're still doing loads of work in the background, and I think VeChain is going to be really a big one, a major one as well. Where's VeChain in terms of market cap? 251 million. Are there better opportunities? Probably better opportunities out there. Is it still going to be big? Could you see a 10x to 2.5 billion? Yeah, you could. Definitely could once the kind of bull run starts. Is it going to survive the altcoin purge? No question in my mind. I think it's going to survive the altcoin purge. So we'll see VeChain. Probably a better opportunity. Phantom, like we were looking at earlier on as well. It looks like a better opportunity for making more money, obviously. VeChain is a real deal. Yeah, definitely. John Graham is in the house. Hi to you. Good to see you here, John. I think that's it for now. I don't think I have any more kind of news. Oh, the Fear and Greed Index I want to show you. So we showed you yesterday. I looked at yesterday. Fear and Greed Index was 5. And now it's gone up to 33. It's still in the fear zone just now, well within the fear zone. But it was at 5, its lowest ever. And I said that could trigger a kind of price increase of Bitcoin because there's a negative correlation between the fear index and the price of Bitcoin going up. So Bitcoin could go up in the next 4 weeks up to $28,000. Usually when the fear index has gone really low, a recent low, and at 5 was the all-time low, then that's when the price of Bitcoin starts to go up again. We're starting to see that to a degree just now, but not that much. Not that much, so we'll wait and see if that plays out over the next 4 weeks. Will it get to 20,000, its all-time high, or not? Who else is doing well? Lend is steadily climbing. It's at 39 just now. It's steadily climbing just now. Fuel, that's not crossed over. Fun. Golem as well, that's steadily climbing as well. Crossed over at 496, now up. It did get up to 606. ERD could be bouncing off the 50 EMA. It did get up to 35, so it could be climbing again. ERD. I think we need to add. Coco forgot to add that. What is it? So we'll look at this one. We're going to wait on this one. Well, I would wait if I was you. So it did get down to, this is Cocos. Did get down to 1819 Satoshi. It's now 1920 Satoshi. We'll just look at it on Binance. Where is it? So what's the order books like? So I'm not saying this is a buy yet. So somebody was asking when it was priced at 23.24, should they buy it? And I said no, at the moment I would wait a week. So it looks as if it's coming down to buying zone soon. And we'll just have a look. I don't think it'll be up yet. No, the market cap is not up. So I don't know what the market cap is. At the moment I don't know what the circulating supply is. So we'll go into the chat, usually tells us there. Chat, open Telegram app. And we just go in and type in circulating supply. Circulating is 15 billion, total supply is 100 billion. It is locked for now, so 15 billion. So that's, we found out circulating supply. So what time is that? Star 15, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what's the market capitalization? 38 million? Nope, I wouldn't go for it just now. I'd wait on it coming down a wee bit more. So 30 million at the moment for the market capitalization. So I would say no. No for the moment from me. Are all these utility tokens just like TCP/IP Internet Protocol? TCP/IP is free. You don't need to pay to use it. Utility tokens just like TCP/IP. Explain that a wee bit further, Hyphen Lee. I think utilities token, obviously there's a lot more going on than just the kind of utility of it as well, but a utilities token as well, if you need to buy the actual token, if you need to kind of hold the actual token as well, to kind of, if you're putting dApps on it, if it's a platform utilities token as well, it just depends how they're kind of structuring the system. I don't think there's anything else to show you. It's been a kind of quiet week. It's been a weird kind of week this week in crypto. I think there is a lot of apathy around kind of the marketplace just now, but it's just been a strange week this week. Okay, no more comments, no more kind of anything to look at just now. So I'm going to leave it there just now. Remember and check out Symmetry Research. I think you'll love it as much as I do as well. There's a link down below. I will get a small affiliate commission if you do sign up with it, but I think you'll love the research as well. Me personally, I love kind of doing research. This saves me a shitload of time if Symmetry are doing the research as well. But I love doing the research for myself. But if you've got somebody else doing it, then that's fantastic. Okay, until, that's the weekend. It's Friday today, so have a brilliant Friday, have a brilliant weekend, and I'll see you on Monday again. I might do other videos kind of over the weekend as well. If there's any kind of questions we've got in the premium group, I might put them on YouTube as well. So watch out for them. If not, I will see you on Monday, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels,